Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm working on the old Covid Camaro. A lot of times people ask me, why do you call it the Covid Camaro? I was fortunate enough to get that during COVID, had the time off to get it painted, things like that. So I thought it was only fitting to call it the Covid Camaro. If it weren't for COVID, I probably wouldn't have it. So today what we're doing, I'll flip you around and give you an update. One thing that I've not done is any work on the engine. You can see I do have a Holley Sniper sitting on there. I put it on about a month ago, and the old engine from the factory, this come out and made 180 horsepower. That's just not very much, and it's pretty worn out. It's had a little bit of blue smoke comes out. If you get on it very hard, you look behind you when you let off, you see some blue smoke. I just don't think it was making the minimum 200 horsepower required by the Holley Sniper. Now it does have an aftermarket aluminum intake and some headers on it, but I don't think that got us where we needed to be. I'd like to be up around 330 horsepower, something like that. So we're going to pull this old girl out and then put a new one in. I'll show you what I've been doing. So here's the new one that I've been putting together. It's got cast iron heads, but they've got 202 valves. I put a cam in it, another aluminum intake. I think it's going to make about 330 horsepower if it runs. This is the first time I've ever put together an engine myself. I didn't do the lower unit. The lower unit had already been done. The pistons and rings, all that had already been done. I bought it that way, and then I added the top end. So we'll see what happens. Today we're taking out the old one and gonna try to get in the new one by the end of the day tomorrow. Today is Saturday. Okay, so things I got done. The coolant's been drained. I got the fan off, alternator. Still need to remove the power steering up top. Going to take the Sniper off. I think that's just about it. All the linkage, of course, to the Sniper. Then we'll get down underneath. Got to take out the transmission bolts. There'll be a couple in the top I think I'll take out from up here. Unhook everything from the flywheel. Unhook the exhaust. I'm going to take the exhaust off up here. Starting to get close to being done on the top. And then we will start on the bottom. So, going to be some talk. The one in it's orange. It didn't come from the factory that way. You can kind of see the block used to be blue. This model year would have had a blue, GM blue block, like the engine I showed you that I built. I'm putting it back blue. Chevy orange is very popular. A lot of people like it. I just felt like it needed to be blue. Talk about that in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. It was kind of a big decision. Really shouldn't have been, but it was. So I'm confident this engine's been out of the car before. It does have a different oil paint on it. I don't know that it's the original block to the car. The car's only got 41,000 miles on it. So this engine's pretty worn out. Okay, unhooking the linkage for the throttle. Here it is. This is the throttle, and this is the be your passing gear, be the kick down. So my linkage on there, I raised it up to hold it here against the firewall, and just like that screwdriver fell. The connector for here went right on down where the distributor was, right down in the engine. I don't see her down in there. So I'm gonna tape that off. Should have already done it, got in a hurry. Just a note for future generations that may be watching this, cover that hole. Another trick or tip I want to give you, taking these header bolts out. You see a lot of them are not going to be a problem, but you get back there and there's just no way to get a wrench on that back bolt. And I've had these off before. So I made a wrench. I took it and bent it to the angle I need. A lot of people think you gotta have headers. They love them. That's probably because they've never had them. Headers are a pain in the butt. They do make a little more horsepower. This car already had them, so I'm gonna keep them. I don't want to redo the whole exhaust. Hopefully, I'm not gonna have the trouble that I've had with them in the past. I got an uncle a few years older than me. He absolutely hates them. So, that's a tip. If you can't get to your bolt, take a torch, heat up your wrench, and bend it to where you need it. Okay, got the O2 sensor cut loose. I got it all jacked up now. And I got the driver's side header loose, but it not ready to come out. There's just not enough space here to get it out through the top. But I did remove the fuel injection, so now we're getting close. I'm gonna take the other side header off, get the transmission bolts out. I'll have to unhook the torque converter from the flywheel. And I think she's ready to come out. So we will see. I think I have identified the source of my smoking. See that spark plug? That's cylinder 6. It's covered in oil. So that's where the blue smokes come from, is the oil burning off that spark plug out of that cylinder. I'm guessing there's a broken ring in cylinder 6. Okay, I think she's ready to come out. I'll go slow. Oh, there's some things on the oil pan that hold these transmission lines. Okay. Video. So now that it's up and leaking and making a big mess, car has to come down and roll out from under it. So I got to tie up the exhaust, tie up the transmission, and that's not going to be easy to tie up the transmission. Maybe it will be. I got an idea. And then roll the car out. Take the jack stands out and roll it out. Okay, here's the end of day one. Got everything out. Cleaned up my mess. Put some paint on the headers. Hopefully that'll stick. It says it'll take, I think, 1200 degrees. I kind of doubt it. I have a feeling it's going to burn off, but it looks better for now. I had a thought that when I put the distributor in, I may have put it in point in cylinder 1 on the exhaust stroke, because I hadn't thought to check if it was on compression, and in fact it was on exhaust. So pulled it out, moved it around to the compression stroke, and put this distributor back in. Started day 2 early Sunday morning. It is 7:23. Getting ready to get started. I'm all by myself today unless somebody shows up. I don't know how much I'll get done. My goal is to have the engine setting in there bolted to the transmission. So if I get that done, I will be happy. I painted the motor mounts last night. I'm going to put them on now. Headers look great. I hope that paint stays on there. So right now, I want to get started. Okay guys, update here. I got it in. Motor mounts are in. I got 2 bolts in the top of the transmission. Next thing I'm gonna do is get this header where I want it. It's loose. I just had to get it. Had to get the engine in with the header sitting there. The other header is attached to the block. It's got a little more space over here. I see why so many people hate headers. They are a pain in the butt. Just getting this in by myself was a huge pain in the butt. But I did it. I don't know what time it is right now. I think it's just about 10 o'clock. So several hours of work here. So I got a lot to do. So I'm just going to keep at it. But I just want to give you an update and let you know that it is possible to do by yourself. So we will. It looks good sitting there. I like it. I like the blue. I do. Talk to me about it. Maybe you hate the blue. I'm sure there's some of you that do. Right now it's just a matter of getting everything put back together in reverse order. I'm having cup number 3 right now. All right, I got one thing left to do on the bottom, and that is put the O2 sensor, hook up the O2 sensor. So I was mounting the Sniper and I broke it. See right there, it cracked. What that is a fuel regulator, the black part with a T on it right there. And that's part of the main body. That's probably trashed. It's about $2,000 right there. This guy right here, I hadn't noticed it, but it sticks up higher. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's part of this intake. I'm pretty bummed right now. So I guess I will call Holley in the morning and see if there's anything I can do. Oh man, this sucks. All right, well, I think that's everything except the fuel delivery. I don't know what to say. I gotta wait till tomorrow to call Holley and see. Hopefully they can bail me out. All right, Monday morning, back at it. I called Holley this morning. Give you the short version. What I thought was the fuel pressure regulator is not. It is the throttle position sensor. Let me show you again what's going on. Here's my crack, and this is a mount, part of the mounting mechanism for this. What this is the throttle position sensor. I don't think there's been any changes here, so I kind of think this might work. So, and I emailed the guy at Holley and said, so after I processed what we talked about, what concerns would you have reinstalling it just to see if it works? Long story short, if I get through this weekend with it working, I'm going to send it in and get it refurbished, get it fixed. But for now, I'm going to give it a shot because I'm really wanting to drive this car this weekend. So I've cleared the obstruction. This thing here was sticking up. Still don't know what it is. But I laid my level on there, and it's below this surface now, a good distance. So I'm just ready to mount the throttle body now. So I'll get that mounted, hook everything up, and we'll see what happens. All right, there it is. I think she's ready to give a shot. I've taken the week off this week because I fully intend to have issues that I'm going to have to solve. But I also, if there's going to be a problem, I don't know what it's going to be. I keep going over it in my head, and I think I've got everything right. Otherwise, I wouldn't be trying it. I know I'm going to have to add some transmission fluid, but I want to get it started, get it warmed up to check it. So now all I know to do is try. We're going to give her a shot. Okay, so that paint, if you can see, it ain't gonna take it. We're gonna get a lot of smoke as it burns off. Yep. Now this side, it did pretty good. So I'll tell you what it did. This side is all 1200 degrees. Dang. That side is 550, I think, on the first coat, and then 1200 on the top coat. That's gonna look like crap, but lesson learned. Okay guys, I got it finished up. I've driven it around a lot this week, got the engine broke in. Last night I shined it all up, got it detailed, covered it up. Tonight is the Fordtown USA Remembrance Cruise-In. Tomorrow's Saturday. It's the car show. If you're not familiar with Fordtown USA, I'll put a link down in the description. I did a video. It's not a great video, but I did it, the history of it. In 1961, I believe it was, Ford Motor Company sent a car to Florida for every resident to test for 1 week. So pretty cool. They have a car show every year. It doesn't have to be a Ford. It can be Dodge, Chevy, whatever you got. We're going to go up there tonight, cruise around. Should be a good time. Keep watching the video. I'll put some videos here at the end. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We'd love to have you back for all of our videos. As always, we thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.